Some people want to know what I do as a dramatherapist. So the answer to that is that it depends very much who's coming to me and for what they're coming to me. But something more general, which covers most people, is that if I'm working with a group of people, then we work with a warm-up and games to make them feel relaxed, because the body is very important in drama. So people can't really relax until their body is warmed up. And then we go into some storytelling or role play of some kind, or we might work with objects. And then out of that emerges in a group, something emerges, like an issue emerges, and we work with it, whatever it is. And the last part is very important. It's the thinking part. So we think about what's happened and we reflect on that and see how people are feeling. And we can use costume, we can use little objects or large objects like chairs, and to help us with all of that. Masks sometimes. Yes, so that's what I do. Do you have to have drama skills in order to do this work? The answer is emphatically no. When I was working for 19 years in mental health, people would come to me and say, I don't know how to be an actress, I don't know how to be the people I see on television. It's not about that. It's actually sometimes for me to demonstrate to them what kind of role they're taking. And it's an experimental thing, so that they use their body in body sculpts in order to feel different from how they feel in their normal positions in their life, in order to find new roles. And costume and drawing, painting, music, song, poetry can help with all of this. It's quite amazing actually how people's childhood fairy tale knowledge can actually help them without any drama skills at all to come into some role play about Red Riding Hood or Cinderella or the Big Bad Wolf, any of these things. You simply don't have to have a drama background. If I'm working with an individual rather than a group, it's slightly different, because we don't have extra bods to be characters in a story or something like that. So what will happen is I'll find out a little bit about the person and why they're coming, and talk to them about the sorts of things that they enjoy. So some people, I'll always start warming people up, just like in a group. So we might do some yoga exercises and then some rather fun exercises, and that might seem very silly to someone outside, but which helps people to relax. Because even if it's adults rather than children, adults don't play enough really, so I get them to play. And then we might work with some sort of story that they are going to enjoy, even a fairy tale, or it might be further along in their sessions. It might be that they're having difficulty with another person. So we'll use chairs, or I'll stand instead of the other person, and we'll do role reversal and see if we can come to some kind of feeling for that person. What's it like to be that difficult person that I'm having such trouble with connecting with? And then, just like in a group, we sit and think about what's come out of that. What is the feeling I have now? They might draw a picture about that then, to to just consolidate what they've learned from that and how they can use it in their life. No, you don't have to be a psychologist to be a dramatherapist. Of course, some of the work that we do on our training includes some psychological literature and learning. But no, we don't need to be a psychologist, because there are so many other things that we need to learn that psychologists don't learn, which is, how do we use a transitional object? How do we distance somebody who is very much in my face when they come to me? How do we keep them as an aesthetic distance? Or if they're very, very depressed and they have this feeling that I'm very tiny inside because I'm so depressed, how do we help them to come out of themselves and become less distanced from the therapist? So we're using actual drama interactions. We're using things that come out of role theory. We are using a lot of embodiment work. It's not just sitting in a chair. Often when you go to a psychologist, you're sitting in a chair for an hour. It's not that. We don't want talking therapy where the issues go round and round in a person's head. We want them to use their creativity. We want them to be the instigator of their healing. And so that's why you don't need to be a psychologist. When I first went into mental health to the hospital, people said to me, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a dramatherapist." And they said, "Oh, we don't want any dramas around here." And this was because they'd experienced somebody coming in without proper boundaries, professional boundaries, and overstimulating the client so that they were in a dreadful state, so the nurses couldn't deal with them anymore. So we don't do drama in that way. We need to have a certain amount of knowledge of who that person is, where they're coming from, and what they want in life. Very client-centered. It's about their wishes for their aims and goals in life. So we have this special technique called distancing, and that means that if somebody is getting too excited and panicky about an issue, we have ways of getting them back to being grounded. So we would ask them to do some exercises that really kept their feet on the ground, that made them feel grounded. And if they were angry, we would encourage them to feel, to express that anger, but we also have ways of bringing them back to being calm again. And beginnings and endings are very important. So we have special rituals which we use for the beginning of a session and the end of a session. And that ending ritual is the one which will bring them right back to themselves before they go out into the world and practice what they've learned in the drama therapy session.